welcome back to my channel. Yes, I do have a Peter McPoland shirt on, but don't get it twisted. This video is about Taylor Swift. So, leading up to my last Eras Tour date, I started an Excel spreadsheet of all of her discography, and then I marked which songs I've heard live, and I was like, wait, this would be such a fun video. So, that's what I'm doing. And I'm gonna say it, I probably don't have to say it, but this is not me flexing or anything. I just think it's fun to talk about Taylor and her music, talk about her performances, things I wish I would have seen, stuff like that. So after doing my Excel spreadsheet and going through it a couple times to make sure I didn't miss anything, on her album, so this is just counting albums, so I'm not counting her Christmas album or like any random singles that she has released that aren't connected to an album, and then I'm also not counting Beautiful Eyes because I haven't heard any of those live anyway. So 249 songs. Out of those 249 songs, I've heard 78. I'm so sorry if my numbers are wrong. I have checked this so many times, and I've done like the deluxe versions of each album, so if I did miss any songs, I'm so sorry, but I think she has 249 songs. I've heard 78 live, which means that so graciously I have heard 31.3% of her music live. For reference, I went to the 1989 World Tour when I was 13. It was my family's big Christmas present, so we all went and it was so fun. So I saw her in 2015 in the 1989 World Tour, and then I saw her for Reputation twice. So one was a Christmas present, and then one I bought last minute tickets for with my friend, and then I saw her 3 times on the Eras Tour, which I am again very grateful for. I saw her both nights in Cincinnati on the first leg, and then one night in Indianapolis on the second leg. And all of these we just got super lucky with Ticketmaster. Well, not super lucky, we waited 6 hours 6 hours for Cincinnati, but then we got lucky with the second drop and got like behind the stage tickets for Indianapolis, so or obstructed view tickets for Indianapolis. So I have seen her a total of 6 times. So once on 1989, twice on Rep, and then 3 times on the Eras Tour, and I'm very grateful. You all know that I love Taylor Swift. So I have taken, this is what my Excel spreadsheet looks like. Let me show you. Actually, I'll just put it up on the screen right here. I highlighted songs that I've heard live, and there are some stipulations. So like some are marked that I've heard them multiple times live because either a surprise song that I had was also sung on a different tour, or I went to the same tour twice. So like some songs I've heard multiple times. And then I have ranked, I put tiers. So I was going to do like a definitive ranking, like 1 through 78, and then I was like, I can't do that. Like mentally, that's just not for me. So I did tiers, and we're gonna tier rank them. So the 3 tiers are, third tier, I have named it Enchanted to Witness You. So thank you. Worked really hard on the name. The third tier is Loved It, wonderful because it's Taylor. Anything she does is wonderful. Love this performance. Grateful to have seen it, but it's not top tier for me. Second tier is Hits Different. So this tier is like, holds a special place in my heart. Can't believe I witnessed it. There was something really like spectacular or unique about this performance that I really like. Yeah, just hold a special place in my heart for it. And then top tier performances are of course named Never Go Out of Style. So these performances are perfection. You can't top it. Wow, it's everything. Yeah, I'll expand on that once we get into the songs. So I tried to kind of even these out and was very unsuccessful. So the bottom tier has 22 songs, the middle tier has 38 songs, and then the top tier has 32 songs. So it's not super sparse and scattered, but definitely could have done a better job. Anyway, some of these I moved around like 6 times, and I was like, I just have to go with it and accept the numbers that we have. So we are going to start on the third tier, and the songs within the tiers are in no particular order, so I'm just going to kind of say them as I listed them out. Here we go. So first one in this tier is Should Have Said No. So I heard this song, she did a little piece of it during the Rep Tour. I will put a video in here. And this one was really fun to hear because it's a debut song, obviously, and she's got a little country twang, and I was like, this is so fun. She was also in a part of the stage that was really close to my seat for the second time that I saw her, and so it was cool to see her kind of closer up than I had for other songs. So this next song, this is kind of where we start to get into specific performances from specific tours. So if she sang the song multiple times, the song might appear multiple times on this list, which is why the numbers don't add up to 78. So like 38 plus 22 plus 32 is obviously not 78, but I have listed out specific performances, so that's why the numbers are a little off there. But Love Story from Eras. Not that I didn't like it, guys, because Love Story is a banger every time, but compared to other love stories I've witnessed I put it on this list. So Love Story for Eras, and then also You Belong With Me for Eras. Next we have I Knew You Were Trouble from Eras. I have a love-hate relationship with the Red Era from the Eras tour because it's my favorite album, and so naturally the songs that I want to hear the most are really not the singles. Not that I don't like the singles, just because I love that album. I want to hear, like, you know, State of Grace, I want to hear Holy Ground, those kinds of things. And so a lot of the singles from Red do appear on this list. So I Knew You Were Trouble from Eras, because I did not go to the Red tour. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together from Eras. And now we're getting into some 1989 performances. So All You Had to Do Was Stay from the 1989 World Tour. Guys, a lot of these songs I don't remember. I remember vividly the feeling that I had when she came up off the stage left for Welcome to New York and went, "Welcome to New York," and then the lights like went crazy and everybody went nuts and tears started flowing down my 13-year-old face. But like a lot of that concert, I was just so in awe the whole time that I do not recall All You Had to Do Was Stay. And sometimes I have to like rack my brain and I'm like, do I remember that, or is it just because I've watched the 1989 World Tour movie? And I think this is a situation where the performance that I remember is from the 1989 World Tour movie. So it's just here because I don't remember it. Then we have Bad Blood, and this song from 1989 and from Eras tour is on this list. Everyone's got like that one Taylor Swift song that you just don't listen to a lot. Love the music video for this song. This song is just not my favorite. I really do like the Kendrick version, so I will listen to the Kendrick version. But like there's something about this song that I just don't. It's just not my favorite. It's a good song. I think it's iconic. A lot of people know it. Love the music video, but it's just like that Taylor song for me that like it's just fine. It's just kind of there, you know. And for the Eras tour specifically, this song I was like, let's go. Like, it's surprise song time. Those flames were wicked. And I was like, let's go. Let's get there. I also don't really remember this from the 1989 World Tour. So then we have Wildest Dreams from Eras. We have This Love from 1989, which this kind of hurt me to put on this list because I really, really love This Love, and I always have. I just don't remember the performance, and so therefore I felt like it had to go on this tier. And when I say I don't remember the performance, it's because 1989 World Tour was like world shifting for me. And I only remember like Welcome to New York. I Wish You Would was my favorite song. I don't remember anything from that. I remember Welcome to New York. I remember parts of Out of the Woods because of those paper airplanes. I remember Shake It Off, and then I remember You Are in Love when she is on the lift. Other than that though, guys, oh, I remember How to Get the Girl because she had that sparkly dress. Other than that, like, I was just so like, you know that, what is that called, where you go to a concert and you have just been like waiting for it for so long that you just don't like remember anything? Yeah. Then we have I Know Places. I also don't remember that. That's in my top 3 of 1989. Don't remember the performance. Then we have Delicate from Eras, The Archer from Eras. I know that The Archer means a lot to a lot of people, and I think the lyricism is beautiful, wonderful, vulnerable, so Taylor Swift. Like, I resonate a lot with the lyricism of the song, but it's not a world-shifting song for me, so I put it on this list. Then we have Willow from Eras, which I was kind of shocked to put on here, and it kind of hurt a little bit to put on here because I was like, but it's so iconic. Like, they're doing the ball things, the dancing. She does her like theater kid-esque vibes. This one I think started in the second tier and I was like, I have too many, and I moved it down. And Willow also changed, so there's like the first version of Willow and the second version of Willow, so they're both on this list. And we have Lavender Haze. The only reason this song is on here, because I freaking love this song, the only reason this performance is on here is because every time that little meet me at midnight starts, I'm like, no, the tour is almost over. And so it just leaves a bitter taste in my mouth every time I listen to it, because I'm like, no, take me back to 3 hours ago. Then we have Antihero from Eras. Yeah, I love that performance, but sometimes you gotta put stuff on the bottom tier so that the other tiers aren't super full. Also one of her best friend songs, but we're talking performances, guys, talking performances. Then we have Midnight Rain from Eras. Also love this performance. The dancing, the outfit change, the umbrellas. But once again, we're in a situation where something had to go on this tier. Then we have Style, but specifically from Eras, which also really hurt. But she has sang Style on every tour that I've seen her on, and so Style will appear again, don't worry. Then we have Endgame from Rep. The song is fire. I love Endgame, but there's other performances on the Rep tour that I like more. Then we have King of My Heart. King of My Heart, I really do like. I like the dancing in King of My Heart. I love I think that's the one where they have the drums and those 8. But like I said, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record, there's other performances that I like more. These last two really hurt me, and I think people might come for me, but it's Dress and New Year's Day. I love her performance of Dress. I really do. I think it's great. I also love her performance of New Year's Day, mashed up with Long Live, of course, but we're not talking about Long Live right now. We're talking about New Year's Day. But there's, again, just things I like more on the Reputation Stadium tour that I think outdo these performances, just for me. I'm not saying the performances aren't good, because they're incredible, and I'm so happy that I got to experience them. These are just my opinions, okay? Now we're in the second tier, and this is the Hits Different tier, so these are like performances, most of them are performances that had a really unique element to them for me, or like lined up with things in my life, like that kind of thing. So, here we go. First one on this list is 22 from Eras. So this is kind of twofold, because I was 21 when I saw her on the first leg. But this song in particular just always makes me want to tear up, like during the Eras tour, because it's just so special and you get to watch the person get the hat and it's just really sweet. But I was 22 when I just saw her last month in November. And so were all my friends. My sister wasn't 22, but my other 2 friends were 22. And like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start tearing up now, but thinking about how I would be like 10 years old listening to 22 in the back of my grandma's car, wondering what it was gonna feel like to be 22 one day, and then getting to sing 22 with my friends who were also 22 while Taylor Swift is singing it to me, was an experience that I'm never gonna forget. So 22 is on the Hits Different tier. Next we have Who's Afraid of Little Old Me from Eras. Incredible. Recently found out that the Roomba is controlled by a human, so that was cool. That's why it hits different, guys. Then we have Bejeweled from Eras. So this one was on the top tier, and then I moved it down because I was like, I have to spread the love a little bit. But Bejeweled is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever, because it's so glitter gel pen. It's so Taylor Swift song. Like, it's her and her element. And this performance is so fun, but I had to put it on this tier because it does hit different. It does hit different. It really does. Then we have Lover from Eras. This song made me cry when I saw her recently, just recently on the last leg, because I was just getting her little speech before. I was getting so emotional, and then the lyrics of like, can we always be this close, and I was like, oh Taylor, don't go away. And I was with my friends, and this song is really beautiful. And their performance, it was so well done. The Lover performance on Eras is so well done. It's so beautiful, and the dancers are incredible, and I could go on and on. Then we have probably one of the most iconic things to ever grace a Taylor Swift tour, and it is the Love Story into You Belong With Me mashup from the Reputation Stadium tour. If you know, you know. All of a sudden you're vibing, and then it switches, and you're vibing to a different song, and you didn't even notice. You didn't even notice because that's how iconic it is. Next, we are in to surprise song section. Well, yeah, I guess some of them. The next few are surprise song section. So my surprise song from the Reputation Stadium tour on the second time I went was Forever and Always. And any surprise song is like, surprise songs are never going to be in the third tier. They're always either going to be in the second or the first. So Forever and Always, magnificent. And then my surprise song on the first time I went to the Reputation Stadium tour was Mine, and I will never forget when she went ah 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 and the place exploded. Then we have We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together from 1989, because it's like a rock, like grunge style of We Were Never Ever Getting Back Together, and she ate. Like, release it, girl, release it. Then we have Blank Space from 1989 tour and from Rep Tour. The Blank Space is just so fun on 1989 because it's, you know, a fire performance, and then because she has the golf club. And then Rep Tour was great because everyone, you know, was shouting the cities, which was super cute. Paying homage to the 1989 tour, if you will. We have Shake It Off from every single tour because Shake It Off is that girl. She's that girl. Next we have Bad Blood from Rep, which might be shocking to you all, but the second night that I saw her on Rep, Bad Blood was when she was coming back to the main stage right before she sings. I think she should have said no. And she's in that like snake cage, if you know what I'm talking about. And she went right over my head, so Bad Blood's a slayer for that. And she was zooming though. She was zooming. She was going so fast. I was like, slow down. We have The Wildest Dreams Enchanted mashup on piano from 1989. Do I even have to say anything else about that? Then we have Clean from 1989. I have the Clean speech that she did from the day that I saw her on the 1989 tour in my notes app. And I look at it all the time because it's like I rewatched a video a couple years ago and like literally typed it out word for word with like ums and uhs, and I was like, this is beautiful. Then we have New Romantics in 1989. I lied, I do remember New Romantics as well because like what an electric time to be alive during the 1989 tour. Then we have Delicate from Rep. So this performance is when she came out in a new dress, and so everyone was always speculating which dress she was gonna wear, if it was the Tide Pod dress, if it was the rainbow dress. And so that was always fun to witness. And Delicate was just such a fun song. She's in her on the Rep tour specifically, she's in her like little golden cage thing, so she's super sparkly up in the air, and it's great. We have Dancing with Her Hands Tied from the Reputation Stadium tour. She does this one coupled with Dress on the B stage, and this song is so fire. Everyone gets so into it. Yeah. Then we have Call It What You Want from the Rep tour. This one she did sort of near where I was sitting for both nights, so like on the stage left, or the right side of the stage if you're looking at the stage, and she was near us, and I was like, yes. Then we have The Man from Eras, because obviously. Next we have, I think it's a lot of eras, yeah, a lot of eras coming up, but we have Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, which she obviously does a little piece of for the intro, and obviously that hits different because, first of all, opening night, I was on a spring break service trip, and my friend Emma and I were sharing a hotel room, and we had just gotten back, and we had a live stream up, and I was using the bathroom, and my friend yells in, she goes, she's opening with Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. And I was like, wait, what? That was out of left field. And now it's an iconic intro, and I get chills every time I hear it. Next is a lethal surprise song combo. I got to hear Cornelia Street mashed up with The Bolter at my show. That is crazy. That is a crazy combo. I don't know if I have a video of me in the back like making the realization that it's a crazy combo. If I do, I will show it now. No,
that was wild.
I'll Never Walk Cornelia, that felt like freedom.
What a mashup.
She's crazy.
What a mashup. But like, I was, you know, jamming out, and all of a sudden it hits me, and I'm like, oh my god. That is crazy. Then we have You Need to Calm Down from Eras. This is always so fun, you know, the Let Me See Your Hands. Then we have Cardigan from Eras. I love Cardigan. I feel like it doesn't get enough attention, surprisingly, even though it's a single from Folklore. I think maybe that is why it doesn't get a lot of attention, because it's a single from fans, but I love Cardigan, and so I just enjoyed it a lot on the Eras tour. The last Great American Dynasty from Eras, I have to show you all the video from when we heard that song for the first time, and I think it speaks for itself.
A few different neighbors, she stole his dog, yet died and came like great.
And we have My Tears Ricochet on the Eras tour. This song is so powerful live, and I think the performance element of it is really beautiful. And yeah, I think it's one of her best. Then we have Betty from the Eras tour. This one's just fun because she is, you know, under her little folklore cabin, having the time of her life, strumming her little guitar, and yeah, people are just screaming and having so much fun. Geez guys, there's a lot. I think the rest of these are from Eras except for like 2, so I'm just gonna stop saying Eras tour. So most of these are from Eras tour. Then we have Champagne Problems, which is obviously turned into a beautiful moment in the show. I love the dress that she wears for this performance. I love how she is just soaking up the crowd's energy, because that's one thing I really appreciate about Taylor Swift's concerts, is that you are able to just like witness just her for a second, because I think sometimes when artists are going through their music so quickly, you don't even really like register the fact that like that is them. And Taylor does a really good job of making sure that she is taking in the crowd's energy, but she's also letting you like realize that like that is Taylor Swift, and you get to like feel that for a second. You get to hold space for that. Then in Cincinnati, I can't remember when she cut 'Tis the Season, but I did get to witness it live, so slay in that cute little dress. And we have 2 surprise songs on this list. And so we have Ivy, which was my surprise song for Cincinnati, or one of my surprise songs for Cincinnati Night 2, and as suspected, she brought out Aaron Dessner. We like knew she was gonna bring out Aaron Dessner one of the nights because he's from Cincinnati, but we didn't know what song they were gonna sing, so we were all kind of speculating which song that he was a part of that they were gonna sing, and Ivy was an impeccable choice. Impeccable choice. I feel like Ivy is one of those that like doesn't really get talked about a lot, but like when you listen to it, you're like, wait, it's so good. Then we have Evermore obviously from Evermore, but it's from the Eras tour. It was my surprise song for night 1 in Cincinnati. Beautiful. Like, I just don't even have words. Like, vocally was incredible. The crowd was like just so in awe of her during that, and yeah, like take me back. Then we have Vigilante from Eras. Speaks for itself. Then we have, oh, why is Bejeweled up here? No, that's incorrect. So there really is only 37 songs because I have Bejeweled twice. Then we have Karma from Eras. Karma is an incredible performance. It is so beautiful, so emotional, so wonderful, so fun. But it's also the last performance, so it's sad, it's bittersweet, but incredibly done. Oh, I also put Who's Afraid of Little Me on here twice, so it looks like we actually do only have 36. I just did not check my work very well. Then we have Fortnite from Eras. If you were a Jan Post Malone truther, I'm joining the club, because I went into my show knowing that people, every time Jan would come up, Jan's a dancer on the Eras tour, by the way, every time Jan would come up, people always thought it was Post Malone, and I was like, there's no way I would think that. Did I fall for it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, so for that reason, this performance hits different, because I think that's funny. And I have just like a personal funny connection with that performance. Then we have Down Bad. She ate. Next we have So High School from Eras tour, obviously. Then we have Style from Reputation Stadium Tour. So this song I think was the first one, actually no, Gorgeous was the first one I think where she came kind of down close to our section, but Style, she was like down there on the end and we could like really see her and we were super close. So I love it for that reason. But the second reason I love it is because the Style choreo from Rep, every time I hear Style, my friends and I, we do it. Da, 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 we come back every time because we never go out. She ate, and it's stuck in my brain, and that's why this performance is so iconic. We have I Wish You Would from the 1989 tour, which I know I said I don't remember in person, but from the 1989 tour movie, she is an absolute slayer, and it's my favorite song from 1989, so it has to be on this list. Okay, we're finally in the top tier. I hope my opinions aren't controversial. So we have Never Go Out of Style, which means these performances are perfection. You can't top them. They're everything to me. No explanation needed, even though I'm probably going to give an explanation. So first one on this list, as it should be, is Style, because it's Never Go Out of Style. Style from the 1989 tour. I'm pretty sure that speaks for itself, and I'm pretty sure the song speaks for itself anyway. We have Mastermind from Eras. I love this performance. I think this performance on Eras gave me a newfound love for the song because it's so incredibly well done, and you know, just as we learned from the Eras tour book, when she points, it's actually making a checkmate. Like, I think a lot of thought was put into this song specifically on the Eras tour, and I really appreciate that. Then we have Cruel Summer from Eras. I was on the verge of tears singing this bridge for the first time. As a Loverfest girly, I was like, this is everything to me. Fearless from Eras. Fearless has always been one of my favorite Taylor songs, and I was just really young when the Fearless tour happened. Like, I was still so young when the Red tour happened that my parents were like, girl, you ain't going. But yeah, it was really special to be able to hear Fearless live, especially because it's the first album that really got me into Taylor when I was little. I think I was, what, 6 when Fearless came out. So yeah, it really made me fall in love with Taylor when I was young, and it was really special to hear that song live. And I think it's just the Fearless set is probably one of my favorite on the Eras tour anyway, so no shock that this song is on there. Then we have August from Eras. I will never get sick of this song. When she like runs across the stage, that's a Never Go Out of Style moment enough. Then we have I Can Do It With Broken Heart from Eras, which is probably in my top 3. Well, is my top 3. Probably my favorite from the Torture Poets Department album. But this song, like, or this performance, so much detail was put into this performance, and I don't know how it can't be on the top tier. I mean, let alone the song is incredible, but the amount of detail that was put into this performance, top tier enough. Then we have Getaway Car from the Rep tour. So for Getaway Car, where I was sitting, she like came out of the stage, like literally right here, and I was like, oh, I'm about to get down to this song, and I did, and the is iconic. I still do that when I'm out in public and I hear the song. Then we have The One from Eras. I remember everyone being so mad that she replaced Invisible String with The One. Well, maybe not everyone, but I did see a lot of discourse about people being mad that Invisible String was replaced with The One. I, however, was not mad because The One is my favorite song from Folklore, so I was so happy that I got to hear that. I was so happy that she did the iconic note change, and the song and performance was everything to me. And we have, oh my gosh, I can't even believe these words are coming out of my mouth. She did Death by a Thousand Cuts mashed up with The Great War on the Eras tour for my surprise song in Indianapolis. Death by a Thousand Cuts, I dressed up as the traffic lights for Cincinnati during leg 1 and was begging to have it as a surprise song because I love this song so much. And then she started off with Saying Goodbye as Death by a Thousand Cuts, and I lost my mind. I lost my mind. And then she mashed it up with The Great War? Girl. Don't look at me. Enchanted from the Eras tour. This is one of those songs, and I know she mashed it up on 1989 with Wildest Dreams, but of course it wasn't in full. And this is one of those songs where, like, I think for a lot of Swifties, the same with like All Too Well, it's like one of those songs where it's kind of on your Taylor Swift bucket list, like you want to hear them in full live, and so this was really special. And although I am kind of mad that Speak Now doesn't have more of a set, I do think Enchanted embodies Speak Now really well. And we have Long Live. So I unfortunately, well, maybe not unfortunately, because I did get to go to the Eras tour multiple times, and for that I'm grateful, but I was in like the break, so I went to Cincinnati, and I knew that she was gonna do, like, I just felt it in my bones that she was gonna start Long Live after Speak Now came out, and Speak Now came out the weekend after my show, and so she did Long Live, which is my favorite Taylor Swift song of all time, the weekend after I saw her, and then took it away again when she started the leg that just happened in America. So, and then took it away again when she did the leg that just happened in the US. So I was in that like section that didn't hear it, which is fine, guys. It's fine. You know, I'm not complaining because I got to go. But so I haven't heard Long Live in full, but she did sing it, a part of it, mashed up with New Year's Day on the Rep tour, and for that I'm really grateful because I did get to hear part of it. and it's my favorite song ever, and it's really special. And I think her singing it on the Rep tour too was really special because there's just something different about Rep. Okay, so 22 was up here, and I already talked about it. So I actually only have 31 songs in the top tier. Geez, I did not check my work very well. Number 13 on this list is Welcome to New York from the 1989 World Tour. I talked about this song a little bit earlier, but I just will never forget, like, the feeling that I had when she came up, and I just immediately started crying during that song. It was very special. And then also from the 1989 tour, we have Out of the Woods, because those paper airplanes are iconic. And then How You Get the Girl, because the pink light-up dress is also iconic. Then the last one on this list, I think, from the 1989 World Tour is You Are in Love. She does beautiful crowd work during this performance, and I love, like, the lift element from this performance on the tour. And it's also just a really beautiful song. Then we have Ready For It from the Rep tour and the Eras tour, because obviously. What an iconic way to open an era, and then an iconic way to open a whole tour. Then we have I Did Something Bad from the Rep tour. This song, well, this performance was so iconic that she did it on, I can't remember which award show it was, but like we were begging her to do the Rep tour performance version of I Did Something Bad, because first of all, the vocals in it and like the changes that she made for this song were remarkable, and then the choreo, like, oh my god, the production design, oh my god. Like, I Did Something Bad is that girl. Like, I know I keep saying it, but it's that girl. We have Don't Blame Me from the Rep tour and the Eras tour, of course. Obviously on the Rep tour, like, the high note, the reason that it's on the Eras tour essentially is because it was so iconic and beloved on the Rep tour. And yeah, the high note, incredible. The mashup into Look What You Made Me Do, or the transition into Look What You Made Me Do, genius. And that's why the Eras tour version made its way on its list, or made its way on this list. Similarly, we have Look What You Made Me Do from Rep and from Eras, because that song is just forever iconic. Next we have Gorgeous from the Rep tour, and I said earlier that this is like the first song where she came down the catwalk that was closest to my seats on the second night that I went, and I mean closest to my seats on the first night too, but or the first time I saw her on the Rep tour, but we were like 6th row basically for the second time I saw her, and so the catwalk was super close to us, and she came down during Gorgeous, and I lost my mind. And like every time I hear that song, I just like remember the part where she like starts walking down, and I was like, that's Taylor Swift. We have This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things from Rep tour. This has always been one of my favorite songs from the Reputation album, and this performance is really fun. I really did not check my work on this list, like, at all, because I have August and Death by a Thousand Cuts on here again, so now we're only down to 28 songs on this tier, which, okay, slay. Next we have Illicit Affairs, which is obviously just a little chunk of the song is on the Eras tour, but it's so iconic that it's on the top tier. We also have Tolerate It. The theater kid in me was eating this up. I thought it was so good. I cannot believe she cut it. Okay, some of these abbreviations from Torture Postpartum I'm still not used to, so I'm like looking at that and I'm like, what is that? Oh, But Daddy I Love Him from Eras. This song is so good. I love this song, and like it makes you just want to like run and frolic through a field, and like this performance, I think it does that really well. Oh, I already did I Could Do It With Broken Heart. Okay guys, I really suck. And now we're down to 27. Jeez. What is TSMWEL? Oh, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Obviously that's on the top tier. Like, come on guys, be for real. 2 songs left, and one is the final surprise song that I haven't revealed to you all yet. And revealed to you all? I don't know. I'm Only Me When I'm With You. This was so special because when I saw her for the first leg, I really wanted her to do something from debut because I wanted a full Eras experience. And for her to do I'm Only Me When I'm With You was incredibly special. Like, and the fact that it hasn't been repeated yet is really special. And I think that I was like, no freaking way. And it makes me want to cry even thinking about it. The concert is like truly, I just feel completely myself there. and for her to sing this, I get emotional thinking about it. Last one on this list, obviously, All Too Well 10-minute version. Like, yeah, like the world shifting, cultural shift for real. Changed her career forever. And All Too Well, before the 10-minute version was even out, was also like in the same respect as Enchanted, like a bucket list Swiftie song for me. And for her to sing it every night on the Eras tour and the 10-minute version, oh my gosh, crazy. Anyway, that is my tier ranking of every single Taylor Swift song I've heard live. Thanks for watching. If you're going to the last couple shows in Canada, I wish you so much fun. And yeah, I'm so grateful. I love Taylor Swift. I'm happy that I got to go to the Eras tour, and words can't express the feelings that Taylor Swift concerts give me. Yeah, so if you're going to the Eras tour, I hope you have so much fun, and I hope she releases Reputation for you. Okay, bye.